Have you ever felt like your relationship started out like a fairy tale, only to slowly unravel into confusion and hurt? You meet someone who makes you feel special, like you're the only person in their world, but then over time, something shifts. Subtle at first, but it starts to feel like you're giving up too much, like you're shrinking while someone else's ego takes up all the space. Sometimes it's not love as you imagined it. It could be control, disguised as affection. This is what we call Narcissistic Personality Disorder, when you realize you're not the most important person in the relationship, but rather it's all about their inflated sense of self. Narcissistic Personality Disorder, NPD, is a mental condition where individuals have an excessive sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy for others, and a constant need for admiration. They may create relationships that feel perfect at first, but as you get deeper into the connection, controlling and manipulative behaviors start to surface. What seemed like love becomes a tool for them to feel superior and validated. In this video, we'll explore the signs that you might be in such a relationship, helping you protect yourself and maintain your self-worth. Because the truth is, love should never require you to lose yourself. You know what's dangerous? It's not always the obvious pain. It's the slow erosion, the soft dismantling of who you are, piece by piece, until you don't even recognize the version of you in that relationship anymore. Let's talk about the signs, not the ones in textbooks, the ones you feel deep in your gut. Sign 1. They sweep you off your feet too fast. At first, it feels like a fairy tale. They love everything about you. They mirror your dreams. They talk about the future like you've known each other forever. It's intense. It's passionate. It's perfect. But love, real love, doesn't come with a timer or a spotlight. When someone tries to wrap you in affection too quickly, it's not always love. Sometimes it's control dressed as connection. It's called love bombing. And once they feel like they've got you, that energy changes. Sign 2. The conversations start to feel one-sided. You talk, they nod, you share, they interrupt, you go deep, they stay on the surface or shift the topic back to themselves. It's not a dialogue, it's a stage. And you're the audience, your feelings, your stories. They're only relevant if they somehow highlight them. And if you ever call it out, why don't you ask about me? They'll say something clever, something smooth, but not something real. Sign 3. They don't really listen. They perform. At first, they might seem curious, asking about your favorite things. But later, when it actually matters, they ignore what you told them. You say you love small, meaningful gifts. They buy you something flashy. You say you hate being the center of attention. They make everything public. And suddenly you start to realize, wait, this isn't about me, it's about how they look for loving me. Because in the end, it's not about connection. It's about image. These are not random flaws, these are patterns that leave you wondering, why does something feel off when everything looks right? And the answer is this: because you're not being loved. You're being managed. Let's get real. Not every narcissist will raise their voice. Some don't even need to, because the most dangerous form of control doesn't always come through yelling. It comes through silence, through cold looks, through little comments that stick to your skin and echo in your mind long after the conversation ends. They make you feel guilty for being loved. You're close with your family. They'll say it's too much. You've got supportive friends. They'll hint that your friends are jealous or toxic or bad for you. And little by little, you start pulling away from the people who actually care about you. Not because you want to, but because it's easier than being made to feel like you're wrong for having support. That's not love. That's isolation. And it's one of the most common tools of emotional manipulation. They pick at you, slowly, strategically. They don't just hurt you, they study you first. They figure out what matters to you, what you're insecure about, what you're proud of, and then they use it. Why do you always overreact? You're too sensitive. You just don't get it. It's not an argument anymore. It's a performance, and you're the one being edited. They rewrite your reality so that you become the problem. And the more you try to explain, the more they twist your words. Until you stop defending yourself altogether. Until silence feels safer than speaking. They lash out, but only behind closed doors. In front of others, they're charming, funny, put together. People love them. They show up with that perfect smile and everyone thinks you've hit the jackpot. But the moment you're alone, they change, they accuse, they punish. Not with bruises, maybe, but with words, with withdrawal, with blame. You start walking on eggshells, trying to avoid the next explosion. Editing yourself to keep the peace. That's not love, that's emotional survival. And here's the part no one wants to admit. Sometimes the most confusing relationships are the ones that started out feeling like magic. But when love starts making you smaller, when you have to shrink, hide, or lose yourself to be enough for someone, that's not love, that's control. Wearing a smile. Let's talk about the one word that can make you question everything you thought you knew. Gaslighting. It's not just someone lying to you, it's deeper than that. It's when someone rewrites your reality and makes you doubt it ever happened. You tell them, that hurt me. And they say, you're imagining things. That's not what I said. You're crazy. You cry. They call you dramatic. You get upset and they say you're unstable. And you start thinking, maybe they're right. Maybe you are the problem. But let me be clear about something. If someone makes you feel confused, exhausted, and small, it is not your fault. It's not because you're too emotional or not enough. It's because they've trained you to question your own voice. That is gaslighting, and it is one of the most damaging forms of emotional abuse. And then comes the breaking point. You speak up, and they lash out. But not where anyone can see it. In public, they're all charm and good vibes. In private, it's criticism, judgment, anger, blame. Why didn't you laugh at my joke? You embarrassed me in front of everyone. You're trying to make me look bad. And suddenly, you're apologizing for things you didn't even do. They wear their image like armor. And if you threaten it, even unintentionally, they punish you for it. That's not love, that's control. That's insecurity hiding behind performance. That's someone who's not interested in partnership, only in power. So now the question becomes, what can you do? The answer? You remember this. You deserve better. And I'm not saying that to be cute or inspirational. I'm saying it because it might be the truth you've forgotten. You deserve to be heard when you speak. You deserve to feel safe when you cry. You deserve to be loved in a way that doesn't require you to sacrifice yourself. So what do? You reconnect with the people who've always seen the real you. You speak your truth out loud, even if your voice shakes. You talk to a therapist, a friend, someone who reminds you that you're not crazy and you're not alone. And slowly, with every step, you take your power back. Not all at once, not in one giant leap, but in every decision where you choose your peace over their performance. Because healing isn't loud, it's quiet, it's sacred. It's the moment you say, like, this is no longer love, and I am no longer available for my own erasure. You are not here to be someone's mirror. You are not here to be molded, manipulated, or made small. You are here to be whole, to be loved fully, not just admired temporarily. And the moment you choose yourself, fully, unapologetically, that's the moment everything begins to change.